What's up, y'all? Kato on the track. A couple weeks ago, I posted a short video clip on my Instagram of a new beat that I was working on.
Drums.
And the comments went crazy. People were loving it. You guys blew up my comments, so I thought it'd be cool to do a little beat breakdown tutorial and show you guys how I made the beat, what are some of the different plugins that I use, what are some of the different effects. Let's jump into it. All right, so I have a confession to make. I've been using a cheat code, and the cheat code is called the Captain Plugins by Mixed In Key. This has been my go-to plugins to get some ideas started. It's really seriously like a cheat code for producers. So this is the plugin, and actually within this plugin bundle, it comes with like 5 different plugins for different parts of your beat. So you have the Captain Beat, you have Captain Chords, Captain Deep, Captain Melody, and Captain Play. So for this particular beat, I just use Captain Chords. So let's open this up. Now, the beauty of Captain Chords is it's so easy to just get ideas started. A lot of times when I sit down and make beats, everything starts with just a simple chord progression. As soon as I figure out that chord progression, I can start building melodies on top of it. I can start adding the drums and all the other elements. So I just want to start with like a very simple chord progression that sounds good. That's really easy to do in Captain Chords, and that to me is the beauty of this plugin. You have different tabs here at the top for different parts of the arrangement if you want to have a different chord progression for the verses and the pre-chorus. But I'm just going to click on this tab that says play. And actually it's so simple because you don't even need a MIDI keyboard to start playing these chords. You can literally just press different keys on your computer keyboard, and it's going to give you the most common chord progressions within that key. And it's also going to give you variations of that chord, so you can play in the 7th and add all kinds of different sauce if you want to. So in this beat, we're in the F minor scale. We have the sound preset to brute piano. I was really surprised because I was expecting when I opened up this plugin that it would have a bunch of like cheesy kind of stock sounds, but no, they actually have some really solid sounds in their library. You can see here that they have guitars, they have all kinds of keys, leads, pads, plucks, strings, voice, and they all sound really good straight out of the box. You don't need to do like much tweaking, if any at all. You have a slider here for the reverb. Let's keep this low for now. You can adjust the delay and the timing of it. You also have a filter slider. And it adds that resonance, which I always love. You can adjust the volume here. So tons of really good, just simple options. It's not cluttered with too much stuff, which I like. It's very easy. So for this beat, I started with a sound called Blanc Keys. It has this really cool tone to it. Cool, and even that chord progression sounds really good to me. I know that I can build some dope ideas off of that. So I want to record that and start working on it. Really simple. All you got to do is press the space bar, and you can even move the octaves up. But I'm going to keep it down. And I just want to record this idea. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn my metronome on, and then all I got to do is press the space bar. Boom, and that's it. You can see here in this little box that it recorded the MIDI notes. I just click, drag that box to my track. Boom. There are my MIDI notes. And you can see that it even added a little strum to it. So if we go back to the plugin, This knob right here adjusts the strum. So you can actually hear it a little bit better if you use the piano. So instead of it sounding like this, where all the keys are played at the same time, if you turn this strum up, it adds that nice little effect. It plays the notes a little bit off time. Now sometimes when I have the MIDI notes there, it's really easy to go back and start tweaking with it and messing with it, maybe even change the whole chord progression altogether, and it just kind of slows down your workflow. So one thing that I like to do is just commit. So I'm going to print these notes to the track, click bounce in place, and so you can see here that it printed the chords. So now I can't mess with it. Sounds good. Now I'm just going to build and add some counter melodies. I'm going to add the drums, a bass line. But before I do that, I want to add a little bit of variation to that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this track, and I'm actually going to raise it an octave. So now I have 2 layers. And you can see that I kind of pushed this second layer a little bit off time. Now it's starting to sound more like a full chord progression, and I can play with different variations of that throughout the song. All right, cool. So now let's add some counter melodies. I'm just gonna pick like a simple Rhodes piano and added this counter melody to the beat. So that was kind of intended as like the chorus of the song, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a B section, which is going to be for the verse. So it's going to be a kind of like a more stripped down counter melody that I build on top of those chords. All right, cool. So I'm loving how that's sounding so far. Now comes my favorite part, which is the drums. For this, obviously it's 90 BPM. It's in the kind of that boom bap range. So I'm just going to load up my Kong Drum Designer. Start building on my drum track. So I'm going to solo this out so that you can hear from where I started. Really, this just started with a kick and a snare. The key to getting that swing is not quantizing your drums. So I just play it on my MIDI keyboard or on my pads, and I don't quantize it. If it needs to be adjusted a little bit, I manually just kind of use my mouse and move it on or off the grid. From there, we added some hi-hats. Then we started just layering on some other percussion sounds. All right, so the last really major part of the beat to add was a bass line. So I wanted to pick a bass that, you know, had a lot of character, had some punch to it. So I picked this bass instrument, and this is what I came up with. Not a lot was done to it. I just added some compression, again played with the frequency and resonance knobs a little bit, played with the release, but that was pretty much it. I didn't really add any effects. Did a little bit of EQing to it, high pass filter cutting anything below 35.8 hertz. Sound selection is super key. I spend a lot of time just going through my sounds and making sure that I'm starting with the right sounds so that I don't really have to do too much in terms of adding all these effects and adding a bunch of layers to it. So I just try to start with the right sounds, and that's really been the key. The last thing I added was just this little sweeper effect. So that's how easy it is to just jump into Captain Play and start laying down some melody ideas. The key for me is all about workflow. I just want to be able to get the idea from here to here and have it play. Thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see next. Do you want to see more tutorials? Do you want to see more music business stuff? Do you want to see more vlogs? And if you're interested in checking out the Captain's Plugins bundle, I left some info in the description so you can check it out for yourself. Till next time, y'all. Peace. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all of that for more videos just like this one and others that you can check out right here. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Kato Producer. See you in the next video.